Ryan wiped the sweat from his forehead as he crouched beside the damaged energy conduit. Sparks flickered along the metal frame, casting tiny shadows across the walls of the human colony on Zephyria. It was the newest settlement beyond the outer rim, a place where humans had learned to thrive among strange alien landscapes and glowing skies. Ryan had spent months learning the intricate systems that powered the colony, but this conduit had resisted all his careful repairs. The hum of machinery filled the room, but it was suddenly broken by soft footsteps. Ryan looked up to see a figure entering the room. She moved with grace, her glowing eyes reflecting the light of the conduit. She was not human, but her face was familiar enough to make him feel at ease. Her name was Mira, a diplomat from a nearby alien world sent to study human society and technology. "Hello," Mira said. Her voice was calm, almost melodic. "I see you are working hard," Ryan nodded. "I am trying. This conduit is stubborn." He smiled faintly, hoping his nervousness did not show. There was something about Mira that made his chest tighten, a feeling he could not explain. "I can help," she offered, stepping closer. She extended her hand, delicate and warm. Ryan hesitated for a moment, then reached out. Their fingers brushed lightly as she connected her device to the conduit. The touch was brief, but it sent a strange spark through Ryan's body. His mind seemed to quiet, and for an instant nothing else mattered. He focused only on Mira and the small warmth of her hand. The conduit's lights shifted, stabilizing as if responding to her presence. Ryan pulled his hand back, startled by the intensity of his own reaction. It worked."
"How did you do that?"
Mira smiled faintly. "Your systems respond to balance. I adjusted the flow slightly. You were close. You just needed a small push." Ryan blinked, still trying to process the feeling. "Thank you. I don't know what to say." "You do not need to say anything," Mira replied softly. Her eyes held his for a moment longer than necessary, and Ryan felt a warmth spread through him that had nothing to do with the conduit. He stood and brushed his uniform. "I have never met anyone like you," he admitted, though he did not fully understand why. He felt drawn to her, as if some invisible thread had connected them in that instant. Mira tilted her head. "I study many worlds, many people, but humans, you have a capacity for emotion and courage that is rare even among your own kind." Ryan felt a rush of pride mixed with surprise. He was an engineer, not a hero or a diplomat. Yet Mira's words touched him deeply, making him feel that his work, his very presence, mattered. For the next few minutes, they worked together. Ryan guided the conduit's recalibration, while Mira offered insight on alien energy flows. Each touch, each shared movement carried an unspoken understanding. Ryan found himself stealing glances at her face, at the calm confidence she radiated. He noticed how her eyes glowed softly in the dim light, how her smile was both gentle and reassuring. Finally, the conduit stabilized fully. The hum of energy became steady, filling the room with a sense of safety and balance. Ryan stepped back, breathing heavily from both relief and excitement. "It is fixed," he said, unable to keep the smile from his face. "Thanks to you." Mira nodded, her expression calm yet curious. "You helped as well. Without your understanding of the human systems, I could not have adapted so quickly." Ryan felt a strange mix of pride and shyness. He wanted to say more, to express the strange fluttering feeling in his chest, but words seemed to escape him. Mira turned slightly, preparing to leave. "I must return to my study group, but we will meet again," she said. Her voice was gentle but confident, leaving Ryan with a sense of anticipation he could not shake. As she left, Ryan stood in the middle of the room, feeling the lingering warmth of her touch. He realized that the moment was more than a technical success. It had changed something inside him. The world outside the room, the buzzing machinery, the glowing lights, all seemed less important than the simple connection he had felt with Mira. Ryan sat back down, staring at the conduit with a newfound sense of purpose. He thought of Mira's calm presence, the way she had understood both the machines and him. He knew he wanted to see her again, to learn more about her world and perhaps discover why a brief touch could make him feel that nothing else mattered. Outside the repair room, the colony continued its hum of activity. Humans and aliens moved together, building a life on this distant world. Ryan felt a small thrill at being part of something bigger, something that required courage, curiosity, and the willingness to reach beyond the familiar. He understood in that quiet moment that the universe was full of wonders waiting to be touched, not just by hands, but by hearts willing to connect. And in that understanding, Ryan smiled. He knew that this was only the beginning of a story far larger than the colony, the conduits, or even himself. Somehow he felt that a single touch had opened a door to something extraordinary. The morning sun of Zephyria painted the colony in shades of gold and violet. Ryan walked through the busy streets, still thinking about Mira. The brief touch they had shared the day before lingered in his mind. Every time he closed his eyes, he could feel the warmth of her hand and the calm certainty in her gaze. He did not fully understand why, but he felt drawn to her, as if some invisible force had connected them. Ryan's work was demanding. The colony's energy systems needed constant attention, and new alien technology was being integrated daily. Yet no task seemed as important as the memory of Mira. He repaired conduits and circuits with precision, but his thoughts often wandered to her, wondering how she viewed the human world and what secrets her glowing eyes held. It was mid-morning when Mira appeared again. She walked with quiet confidence, her presence drawing attention without effort. Ryan felt his chest tighten. She smiled at him, and for a moment the bustling colony faded from his mind. "Rian," she said softly, "I wanted to observe the human patterns today. Would you accompany me?" Ryan nodded. Of course. His voice sounded steadier than he felt. They walked together through the central plaza where humans and aliens shared the streets. Mira asked questions about human routines, from how engineers manage energy flows to how children played in the colony gardens. Ryan explained with care, noting the differences and similarities between human and alien approaches. As they spoke, their hands brushed occasionally, each touch light but meaningful. Ryan felt a thrill with every contact. He realized that Mira was not just studying technology, she was studying humans themselves, learning the ways of their hearts and minds. "Humans are fascinating," Mira said, her glowing eyes fixed on his. "You have the ability to feel deeply and act bravely, even when facing fear or uncertainty. Your emotions guide your decisions more than you realize." Ryan paused, surprised. "I never thought of it that way." "We try to solve problems logically, but maybe our feelings shape us more than we notice." Mira nodded. "Exactly. Your courage, your curiosity, and even your small acts of kindness show a strength I admire." Ryan felt a warmth spread through him. He wanted to say more, but the words seemed small compared to the feelings growing inside. Instead, he focused on the shared walk, listening to her observations and feeling the connection deepen. They reached the observation deck at the edge of the colony, overlooking the glowing alien city beyond. The towers shimmered with light and strange plants glowed with soft colors. Mira stopped and leaned on the railing, her eyes reflecting the alien horizon. "Humans build remarkable things," she said quietly, "but there is more to your world than structures and machines. Your hearts carry a light that guides you even in darkness." Ryan watched her, amazed by the wisdom in her words. He felt that she understood something about humans that he had only sensed instinctively. He stepped closer, careful not to invade her space, and their hands touched again, lightly but deliberately. The simple contact sent a warmth through him, and once more the rest of the world seemed to disappear. "You make everything else fade," Ryan admitted, almost whispering. Mira's eyes softened. "I did not intend to, but perhaps it is the connection that matters more than the moment itself." They stood in silence for a while, watching the city glow beneath the alien sun. Ryan realized that he wanted to learn everything about her world, about her thoughts, about the strange beauty of her presence. Mira, in turn, seemed equally curious about humans and their unique qualities. Their quiet conversation was interrupted by a call from the colony's control center. A small energy fluctuation had been detected near the outer dome, and engineers were needed to investigate. Ryan and Mira exchanged a glance. Without words, they understood that they would go together. As they prepared to leave, Ryan felt a surge of anticipation. He had never known such a connection with anyone, human or alien. Mira's presence made him feel stronger, braver, and more alive. He realized that the touch of her hand had done more than spark curiosity. It had awakened a sense of purpose. On the way to the outer dome, they moved with coordination, solving small problems together and discussing potential solutions. Every glance and gesture strengthened the bond forming between them. Ryan noticed how Mira's calm focus inspired him, making him see challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. When they reached the outer dome, the anomaly awaited. But even as danger loomed, Ryan felt a steady courage inside him, fueled by Mira's quiet confidence and the unspoken connection between them. He knew that together they could face anything. In the midst of uncertainty, Ryan understood something profound. The human heart, with all its emotions and instincts, was a force that could inspire courage and hope in unexpected ways. Mira, as an outsider, recognized it, and that recognition made him feel both seen and valued. As they entered the dome to begin their work, Ryan glanced at Mira once more. Their hands touched lightly, reaffirming the bond that had started with a simple brush. And in that touch he felt the first spark of something extraordinary, a connection that promised to grow, to challenge and to illuminate the path ahead, not just for him, but for the colony and perhaps for the entire galaxy. Ryan and Mira moved quickly through the corridors of the outer dome. The colony's alarms had already started, signaling an energy fluctuation in the northern sector. Sparks flickered along the walls as Ryan scanned the control panel. The readings were unusual, showing energy levels that were higher than the system could handle safely. "This is not normal," Ryan said, concern in his voice. "If we do not stabilize it soon, the outer dome could shut down entirely." Mira nodded, her glowing eyes focused on the readings. "We must act carefully. The systems are connected in ways your engineers may not anticipate. I can guide you, but we will need precision." Ryan felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. He had handled difficult repairs before, but this was different. The stakes were higher, and Mira was with him. Her presence was both comforting and motivating. He felt stronger, more capable, as if the touch of her hand had given him courage he did not know he possessed. They entered the northern sector, where the energy anomaly was centered. The walls were lined with glowing conduits humming with unstable power. Ryan examined the circuits while Mira used her device to scan the energy flows. Each adjustment required careful timing and cooperation. "Hand me that calibration tool," Mira said, pointing to a device on a nearby table. Ryan handed it to her, and their fingers brushed lightly. Once again, a small spark of warmth ran through him. He realized that these touches, brief as they were, gave him a sense of clarity and focus. It was as if their connection was guiding them, making them work in perfect harmony. Hours passed as they carefully adjusted the conduits. The anomaly was complex, and it demanded every ounce of skill and attention they could muster. Ryan noticed Mira's calm determination, how she analyzed each reading without hesitation. Her presence inspired him to match her focus, and together, they began to understand the pattern of the energy fluctuation. Suddenly, a surge of power burst from the main conduit, sending sparks into the air. Ryan stumbled back, heart racing, but Mira reached out and steadied him. Their hands touched firmly this time, grounding him. "Stay focused," she said calmly. "We can handle this." Ryan took a deep breath and nodded. He felt his fear fade, replaced by determination. Together they worked to redirect the energy flows, guiding the excess power into stabilizing channels. The conduits hummed and glowed brighter, responding to their adjustments. As they worked, Ryan realized something remarkable. He was not just following Mira's lead, he was contributing ideas, anticipating the system's responses, and acting with confidence he had never felt before. Mira's presence had awakened a strength within him. He understood that humans, with their determination and courage, could rise to challenges that seemed impossible. After several tense moments, the energy levels began to normalize. The hum of the conduits became steady, and the flashing warning lights dimmed. Ryan wiped sweat from his brow, relief flooding him. "We did it," he said, smiling at Mira. Mira returned the smile, her glowing eyes reflecting pride and calm satisfaction. "Yes, together. Your understanding of human systems combined with my adjustments made this possible." Ryan felt a surge of joy and admiration. It was not just the success that thrilled him, but the fact that they had accomplished it together. He realized that the bond between them, small as it had started, had become a source of strength. As they prepared to leave the northern sector, Ryan glanced at Mira. I never thought I could handle something like this," he admitted. "But with you here it felt natural." Mira's expression softened. "Humans have great potential. Sometimes you need only a little guidance or support to see it." She touched his hand lightly, a gesture full of reassurance. Ryan felt his chest swell with warmth and determination. Outside the dome, the sky of Zephyria glowed with the soft colors of the setting sun. The colony seemed calm again, but Ryan knew that challenges would continue to come. Yet for the first time, he felt confident that they could face anything, especially together. Walking back toward the main control center, Ryan and Mira shared small conversation, speaking of their plans and ideas for improving the colony's energy systems. Every word, every shared glance seemed to deepen their connection. Ryan realized that Mira was not just a guide or a helper. She was becoming a friend, a partner, and perhaps something more. When they reached the control center, Ryan noticed how the humans and aliens alike looked at Mira with curiosity and respect. Ryan felt proud, knowing that he had been part of this effort and that he had worked alongside someone extraordinary. As they parted ways for the evening, Ryan lingered a moment. He wanted to speak, to express the strange mix of admiration and affection he felt, but he only managed a quiet, "Thank you, Mira." She smiled, touching his hand briefly once more. "Tomorrow we will face new challenges," she said. "But for now, rest. You have done well." Ryan watched her leave, feeling a sense of peace he had never known. The mission had been dangerous, the work exhausting, yet the experience had changed him. He understood that human courage, combined with trust and cooperation, could achieve incredible things. And in that understanding he felt a spark of hope for the future, not just for himself, but for the colony and the bond he was forming with Mira. As night fell over Zephyria, Ryan sat quietly in his quarters, thinking of the day's events. The energy anomaly was stabilized, the colony was safe, and his connection with Mira had grown stronger. For the first time, he realized that the universe was not just a place of challenges and dangers, but also a place where connections, courage, and hope could shine brighter than any star. And in that thought, Ryan smiled, ready for whatever the next day would bring, knowing that together with Mira, he could face it all. The colony of Zephyria thrived on cooperation between humans and aliens, but not everyone welcomed the new presence. Whispers followed Mira wherever she went. Some colonists questioned her intentions, fearing she might favor her own people over humans. Others were suspicious of her glowing eyes, seeing them as a sign of unknown powers. Ryan noticed the tension immediately as he walked through the central plaza. He had come to meet Mira to discuss the next steps for the colony's energy systems. But instead, he found a small group of humans speaking in hushed tones, glancing nervously at Mira. "She is an outsider," one said. "Can we really trust her with our systems?" Ryan clenched his fists quietly. He knew Mira's loyalty was genuine, and he had seen firsthand how her guidance had saved the colony's energy systems. Still, he understood why some humans were cautious. It was natural to fear what one did not fully understand. Mira approached calmly, noticing the whispers. "I hear concerns," she said softly but firmly. "I am here to help, not to harm. My goal is to work alongside humans, to learn and to assist." One of the colonists stepped forward, his tone sharp. "We cannot afford mistakes. We are not sure we can trust someone from another world with our lives." Ryan stepped in front of Mira, feeling a surge of protectiveness. "She has already helped more than anyone here understands," he said. "Without her, the energy anomaly yesterday could have destroyed the outer dome. She saved lives." The colonist hesitated, unsure how to respond. Mira's calm presence contrasted with the tension in the plaza. She raised her hand slightly, a gesture of peace. "I understand your caution. Trust must be earned. I am willing to work with you to show that cooperation is stronger than fear." Ryan felt a mixture of pride and admiration. Mira was not just intelligent. She was brave, facing suspicion without anger or defensiveness. Her composure gave him strength, and he realized that he wanted to support her in any way he could. Over the next few days, Ryan and Mira worked together to improve the colony's energy systems. They visited the outer domes, inspected conduits, and trained other engineers to handle unusual fluctuations. Each time they touched hands while passing tools or guiding adjustments, Ryan felt the warmth of their connection, reinforcing his confidence and sense of purpose. Despite their progress, whispers persisted. Some colonists avoided Mira, while others observed her closely, trying to catch a mistake. Ryan understood their fears, but he also knew that humans had the capacity to rise above suspicion when faced with courage and cooperation. One afternoon, Ryan and Mira were called to inspect the main control hub. A minor glitch had appeared in the central matrix, and the tension among the colonists was growing. Ryan noticed a group of engineers watching Mira, their expressions a mix of doubt and curiosity. As they worked, Ryan explained each step clearly, demonstrating that Mira's guidance was not replacing human skill but enhancing it. Mira added her insights, suggesting subtle adjustments that aligned perfectly with Ryan's calculations. The central matrix hummed steadily as they completed the task. The colonists watching began to nod in understanding. Slowly, the whispers diminished. Humans began to see that Mira's presence was not a threat, but an opportunity to strengthen the colony. Ryan's confidence in her abilities helped others to trust as well. After the work was done, Ryan and Mira stepped outside the hub. The alien sun was low in the sky, casting long shadows across the colony. Ryan felt a sense of relief. They had faced suspicion and doubt, and together they had proven their worth. Mira touched his hand lightly, a small gesture that spoke volumes. "You have done well," she said. "Your courage and your willingness to trust are as important as the skills we use." Ryan smiled, feeling a warmth that went beyond physical touch. "I could not have done this without you," he admitted. "You make me want to be better, to see what humans can achieve when we work together." Mira's eyes glowed softly. Humans have great potential. Sometimes, it takes only one connection to unlock it. You have shown me that humans can rise to challenges with heart and determination. Ryan realized that their bond was no longer just about touch or shared work. It was a connection based on respect, trust, and the understanding that humans could achieve extraordinary things. Mira had shown him that courage and cooperation were more powerful than fear or doubt. As night fell over Zephyria, the colony seemed calmer. The tensions of the day had eased, and the humans and aliens moved with more confidence and cooperation. Ryan and Mira walked together toward the observation deck, reflecting on what they had accomplished. "Tomorrow," Ryan said quietly, "we will face new challenges, but I feel ready knowing we can handle them together." Mira smiled, touching his hand once more. "The future is full of possibilities. Together, humans and aliens can achieve more than we imagine." Ryan watched the stars begin to glow over the alien horizon. He felt hope, pride, and a sense of purpose. He understood now that fear and doubt were natural, but courage, cooperation, and trust could overcome them. And in that understanding, he knew that his connection with Mira, small as it had begun, had the power to inspire not just him, but the entire colony. The morning sky over Zephyria glowed with pale gold, but the calm was deceptive. Alarms blared across the colony, signaling a major energy surge in the central dome. Engineers scrambled to respond, and Ryan felt his chest tighten. The anomaly they had faced before was returning, stronger and more unpredictable. "Mira," he called, running through the corridors toward the central hub. "The anomaly is spreading faster than expected. We need to act immediately." Mira appeared almost instantly, her glowing eyes scanning the energy readings on her portable device. "We must stabilize it before it damages the colony. This surge is unlike anything we have seen. It will test both humans and aliens working together." Ryan felt a surge of determination. Though the situation was dangerous, Mira's calm presence grounded him. He remembered how their teamwork had succeeded before, and knew they could face this challenge together. When they reached the central dome, the sight took Ryan's breath away. Sparks flew along the conduits, and the walls vibrated with unstable energy. Engineers and technicians were already at work, but the readings were erratic, and panic began to rise among the crew. "We have little time," Mira said, her voice steady. "We need to redirect the excess energy into the stabilizing channels and prevent the main core from overloading." Ryan nodded. He moved beside her, analyzing the conduits while Mira suggested adjustments to balance the flow. Every step required precision and speed, and every small error could cause a cascade of failure. As they worked, Ryan noticed how naturally their actions synchronized. They moved in unison, adjusting conduits, calibrating devices, and redirecting power. Their hands touched lightly several times as they passed tools or steadied each other during sudden bursts of energy. Each contact strengthened their focus and courage. Suddenly, a surge erupted from the main core, sending a shockwave through the dome. Ryan was thrown back slightly, but Mira reached out, gripping his arm to steady him. Her eyes met his, calm and reassuring, and he felt his fear melt away. Focus, Rian, she said. We can handle this if we stay steady. He took a deep breath, feeling a wave of courage he had never known before. Together, they tackled the surge, guiding the energy into alternate channels. Sparks continued to fly and alarms blared, but Rian and Mira worked as one, relying on each other's strengths. Hours seemed to pass in minutes. Engineers watched in awe as the two led the stabilization effort. Rian's knowledge of human systems combined with Mira's alien technology expertise created a perfect balance. Slowly, the energy readings began to normalize, and the core's hum steadied. Rian wiped sweat from his forehead and smiled at Mira. "We did it," he said, relief in his voice. Mira nodded, her glowing eyes reflecting pride. "Yes, together. Humans and aliens working as one can overcome even the most unexpected challenges." The engineers who had been skeptical earlier began to understand the power of cooperation. Ryan noticed their expressions shift from doubt to admiration. Mira had not only helped save the colony, but she had also inspired others to see the value of trust and teamwork. After the dome was fully stabilized, Ryan and Mira walked outside to catch their breath. The alien sky stretched over Zephyria, painted in colors humans had never seen before. Ryan looked at Mira, noticing the calm strength she carried even after the chaos. "You make everything feel possible," he said quietly. "Even when danger is all around, I feel like we can handle it together." Mira smiled gently, touching his hand lightly. "That is the power of trust and connection. You have courage, Ryan. Humans can achieve remarkable things when they act with heart and determination." Ryan felt a warmth spread through him. He realized that their connection was more than just physical. It was a partnership of respect, trust, and shared purpose. Every challenge they faced together made him stronger, braver, and more certain that humans could rise above any obstacle. As they walked back toward the main control center, Ryan noticed how the colony was slowly returning to order. Engineers were repairing minor damage, and the hum of energy systems grew steady once more. Mira's guidance had not only saved the dome, but it had also restored confidence among the colonists. "Tomorrow will bring new challenges," Mira said softly, "but we are ready. Humans have a strength within them that often surprises even themselves." Ryan nodded. "And with you by my side, I feel like we can face anything. I want to keep learning, keep working, and keep building a future together with humans and aliens." Mira's eyes glowed softly, and she touched his hand again. "Then we will. Together, we will help this colony thrive, and perhaps show the galaxy what humans can achieve when they act with courage, heart, and cooperation." As night fell over Zephyria, Ryan stood on the observation deck, looking at the lights of the colony. He thought of the day's events, of the danger they had faced, and of the bond that had strengthened between him and Mira. He knew that the universe was vast and full of challenges, but he also knew that humans, when guided by courage and connection, could rise to any occasion. And in that knowledge, Rian smiled, ready for the days to come, confident that together with Mira, they could face the unknown and build a future filled with hope and achievement. The colony of Zephyria was quiet the next morning, the soft hum of restored energy systems filling the air. Rian walked through the central plaza, feeling a sense of accomplishment. The crisis had been resolved and the colony was stronger than before. Engineers and citizens alike moved with renewed confidence, and even the skeptical voices had quieted. Mira walked beside him, her glowing eyes reflecting the rising sun. The events of the past days had created a bond between them that was more than friendship. They had faced danger together, relied on each other's skills, and trusted one another in ways that went beyond words. "The colony is healing," Mira said softly. "Your people have adapted well. Humans have a remarkable ability to rise to challenges, even when the odds seem impossible." Ryan smiled. "We learned a lot in the last few days, and I learned a lot from you. You showed me how humans and aliens can work together and achieve more than either could alone." Mira's expression softened. "It is true. Connection and cooperation can unlock potential. The trust we build is as important as the actions we take. You have shown courage, patience, and understanding." They continued walking toward the main control hub where colonists had gathered to assess the restored systems. Engineers were discussing improvements and new strategies for energy management. Ryan noticed how many of the humans and aliens now spoke together openly, sharing ideas and plans. The crisis had not only tested their skills but had united them. A group of engineers approached Rian and Mira. One of them, a human named Laura, smiled warmly. "We were worried about the central dome," she said. "But seeing you two work together, it was inspiring. You reminded us that courage and trust can overcome fear." Ryan felt a surge of pride. "Thank you, Laura. It was a team effort." Mira's knowledge and guidance made all the difference. Mira bowed slightly, her gesture respectful and humble. The humans demonstrated their strength. Without their willingness to cooperate and their determination, the outcome would not have been possible. The atmosphere in the control hub was filled with admiration and respect. Ryan realized that the humans' courage and Mira's calm wisdom had created a model for what could be achieved when trust guided actions. It was a lesson that extended beyond the energy systems and the colony itself. Later, Ryan and Mira returned to the observation deck overlooking the alien city. The towers shimmered with light and the gardens glowed softly. Ryan felt a deep sense of peace, knowing that their efforts had made a lasting impact. "You changed things," Ryan said quietly, glancing at Mira. "Not just the energy systems, but the way people see each other. They trust more now, work together more easily." Mira touched his hand lightly, a gesture that carried reassurance and warmth. "Change begins with small acts. Courage and understanding grow when we connect, when we take the first step to trust. You have done that." Rian felt the significance of her words. Their connection had begun with a simple touch, but it had grown into something meaningful. It was a bond built on respect, courage, and shared experience. He realized that humans could achieve greatness not just through strength or skill, but through empathy and cooperation. As they stood in silence, the alien sky reflecting in Mira's eyes, Ryan felt a deep admiration for her. He understood that she had not only guided him through the crisis, but had also shown him the value of connection. In return, he had learned that humans' determination, when combined with trust, could inspire extraordinary results. "Mira," Ryan said softly, "I never imagined that a single connection could lead to so much. You helped me see what humans can truly achieve, and I want to continue learning, continuing this journey together." Mira smiled, her glowing eyes reflecting both warmth and understanding. "Then we will. The universe is vast and the opportunities are endless. Humans have untapped potential, and together we can explore and achieve remarkable things." Ryan felt a rush of hope and determination. The events of the past days had shown him that courage and connection could overcome any obstacle. The energy systems were stable, the colony was thriving, and their partnership had strengthened both humans and aliens alike. As night fell, Ryan and Mira remained on the observation deck, watching the city glow under the alien sky. Their hands touched lightly, a reminder of the journey they had shared and the bond that had formed. Ryan understood that the touch that had started it all was more than a gesture. It represented trust, understanding, and the potential for greatness. He thought of the challenges they had faced, the doubts they had overcome, and the unity they had inspired. For the first time, he saw clearly that humans could rise above fear and limitation, that courage guided by trust could achieve the extraordinary. Mira spoke softly, breaking the silence. "The journey ahead will bring new challenges, but it will also bring opportunity. With courage, empathy, and cooperation, humans and aliens can shape a future full of hope." Rian nodded, feeling the weight and excitement of her words. "And we will face it together. We have proven that connection matters, and that humans can rise to anything when they trust and work together." The stars above Zephyria sparkled, reflecting the glow of the city and the hope of the colony. Ryan felt that this was only the beginning of a new chapter, one where humans and aliens could achieve greatness together. And as he watched Mira's eyes glow softly beside him, Ryan knew that the bond they had formed would guide them forward, inspiring courage, trust, and understanding in ways that could change not just the colony, but the universe itself. The colony of Zephyria was calm under the soft glow of the alien sun. After the recent energy crisis, humans and aliens moved with renewed confidence. The systems were stable and the colony had become stronger through cooperation and trust. Ryan walked through the streets feeling a sense of pride. He thought of all they had accomplished together with Mira, and of the bond that had grown between them. Mira approached from the observation deck, her glowing eyes bright with warmth. "Ryan," she said, "the colony is thriving. You and your people have shown remarkable courage and determination. Humans can achieve so much when they act with heart and focus." Ryan smiled, feeling a deep admiration for her. "And we have you to thank as well. Your guidance made all the difference. I have learned more than I ever imagined. About technology, about cooperation, and about myself." Mira stepped closer, touching his hand lightly. The simple contact, as always, sent a comforting warmth through him. "It is more than guidance," she said softly. "It is partnership. Humans and aliens can achieve extraordinary things when they trust each other and work together." Brian looked around at the bustling colony. Humans and aliens worked side by side, sharing knowledge and skills, building structures, repairing conduits, and planting gardens. The energy systems hummed smoothly, powered by both human ingenuity and Mira's alien technology. The sight filled him with hope. "We have come far," Rian said quietly, "but I feel like this is only the beginning. There is so much more to learn, so much more we can do together." Mira nodded, her expression calm and determined. "The universe is vast. Many worlds need help, guidance, and cooperation. Humans have a strength within them that can shape the future in ways even they cannot imagine." Ryan felt a surge of excitement. The thought of exploring new worlds, solving challenges, and building partnerships filled him with energy. He realized that the colony was not just a home, but a symbol of what humans could achieve when courage, curiosity, and trust guided their actions. "Will you come with me?" he asked, a quiet hope in his voice. "To see new worlds, to face challenges together, and to help humans and aliens alike?" Mira smiled, her glowing eyes reflecting both warmth and understanding. "Yes, Ryan. Together we can explore, learn, and help others reach their potential. Humans have a capacity for courage, empathy, and innovation that can inspire the galaxy." They walked together toward the observation deck, overlooking the alien city. The towers shimmered with soft light and the gardens glowed with alien colors. Ryan took a deep breath, feeling the vastness of the universe around them. He realized that the touch that had started their connection had grown into something far greater. A partnership built on trust, courage, and understanding. "Do you think humans are ready for more challenges?" Ryan asked, glancing at Mira. "They are," she said. "They have shown that they can rise above fear and doubt. Their hearts guide them as much as their minds. Courage and connection will always lead the way." Ryan felt proud. He understood now that humans were capable of more than they often realized. They could face danger, embrace the unknown, and achieve greatness when guided by determination and trust. As night fell, the stars began to shine above Zephyria. The sky was filled with possibilities, a reminder that the universe held endless opportunities for discovery, growth, and connection. Ryan and Mira stood together, hands touching lightly, feeling the bond that had brought them through danger, doubt, and triumph. "Tomorrow," Ryan said softly, "we begin a new journey. But tonight I want to remember what we have built here, the trust, the courage, and the connections we have made." Mira nodded, her eyes glowing gently. "The lessons of Zephyria will guide us. Humans and aliens can create something extraordinary when they work together, and we will continue that journey one step at a time." Rian felt hope swell within him. He understood that this was more than a mission or a partnership. It was a promise of what humans could achieve, not just for themselves, but for the galaxy. Their courage, empathy, and willingness to connect could shape worlds, inspire trust, and bring peace where there was uncertainty. He looked at Mira, feeling gratitude and admiration. "Thank you," he said, "for showing me what is possible, for believing in humans and for believing in me." Mira touched his hand once more, lightly but meaningfully. "And thank you, Ryan, for showing me the strength of your people and for being willing to take the first step toward trust and cooperation. Together we can face anything." As they stood on the observation deck, the lights of the colony glowing beneath them, Ryan felt a sense of completion and beginning at the same time. The journey they had shared had changed him, and he knew it had changed the colony as well. Zephyria would thrive, not just because of technology or skill, but because humans and aliens had learned to trust, cooperate, and inspire one another. And in that moment, with Mira by his side and the stars above them, Ryan knew that the universe was full of possibilities. Challenges would come, but so would opportunities. And together, humans and aliens could rise above any obstacle. building a future filled with hope, courage, and connection. Rian smiled, feeling the warmth of Mira's hand and the strength of their bond. He understood that the simple touch that had begun it all had sparked something far greater, a journey of discovery, achievement, and unity that would shape not only Zephyria, but the stars beyond. And with that, they turned to face the horizon, ready to step into a new beginning together, knowing that whatever the universe held, they would face it as partners guided by courage, trust, and the unshakable strength of human heart.